Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Bon Jovi Radio Network. I'm Scott Shannon, hanging out with a couple of guys who are responsible for selling more than 120 million recordings. They performed to over 34 million fans during their career, and now they have a new album coming out called The Circle. It's the guys from Bon Jovi, Richie Sambora and John Bon Jovi.
What it is, Scott?
Hey, you guys got to be cranked about this.
We are.
We're pumped, man.
Really, genuinely. We think we got a big one this time.
The brand new CD is called The Circle. Now, first of all, what's The Circle all about?
Believe it or not, I was given a gift of the title, and I said, I got it. I know exactly what this means. And the idea was simply that a circle goes on forever, and then I always jokingly say that it's very hard to get into the circle, and it's even harder to get out. And there was the album title. It said it all.
Just like The Sopranos, man.
Yeah,
that's it, baby. It's all about Jersey, man.
Just when you think you're gone, they drag you back in.
Yeah. Can't get out, bro.
Now, Richie, you are very excited because you guys are going back on the road.
Yeah, baby.
And it's not just for a couple of nights. You're going on a 2-year concert tour.
Yeah, we're going through like the summer of 2011 right now. That's what it's looking like. 135 shows in, I don't know how many countries, 22 countries, John, something like that.
I'm still going like this. I got my ears covered.
Yeah,
I'm going,
man.
No. I don't want to hear that there's 135 shows.
I'm just thinking, I can't plan out what I'm going to do for the next 5 days.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You guys got the next 2 years of your lives laid out.
Yeah, I
pretty
can
much,
tell you
man.
what
Pretty
hotels
much.
will be in for the next 2 years. Oh, look at me. I'm rubbing that spot on my head again.
And there is no accounting for any personal drama. You can't have any more drama in your lives whatsoever.
I'm all full up, man. Go sell crazy somewhere else. I'm all full up in here.
Richie's got enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the first cut from the album, The Circle. It's Bon Jovi, and we weren't born to follow. And in the studio with us today, John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora, the singer and the guitar player. When you guys did this album, when you go through the songwriting process, do you come up with a title or do you come up with a riff? What is your formula for writing songs?
Actually, the title comes first, always, for us.
Give me an example.
For us. Well, you know what? If you get a title like I Wasn't Born to Follow, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a ballad, is it? It's got to be an optimistic, upbeat, positive song. And, and then you come up with a title like, if you come back to one of our ballads like Bed of Roses or something like that, obviously that feels like a ballad. So the title actually tells a story within itself. Every song is like a short movie. You know, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. We try to tell stories in our songs.
So, John, when you hear a song title, you say to yourself, that's a hit, and the song hadn't even been written yet.
Well, if you have a title like You Give Love a Bad Name, you know that, boy, there's a slogan, there's something for you. But if you have a great title, it's easier to write the story. And once you've got, the story, at least in your mind, that dictates the chord progression. So, that's the model. I almost said formula, but there's no formula. It's just the model that works for us. And we're just really old school, as you said. Before we went to work here, that we've known each other a long, long time. We record things on a little teeny cassette recorder with 2 acoustic guitars, because a good song's a good song, and it can hold up on 2 acoustic guitars. And that's really the magic to this songwriting process, is people relate to those lyrics. And so it starts with that title, and you better hold them by telling them a story.
One of the things that I like about you guys, when you get a Bon Jovi album and you listen to it, I can actually hear the lyrics, and the music still drives the song,
right,
and the hook and the melody and all that. But I love the fact that I don't need the sleeve of the CD to follow along with
what the lyric is about, yeah.
Now, tell us about the next song that we're going to play. It's called When We Were Beautiful. Yeah. What came first, the melody or the title or the words?
I mean, the vibe, I think, what happens, John and I think when we write, we have a conversation.
Right.
And this was kind of obviously about returning to innocence. And it could be the country returning to its innocence and people getting back to that. Also, relationships returning to their innocence. And as you get more mature in your life, those kind of things become very important.
Now, John, you seemed a little perplexed when I brought up the title of that song.
Oh, well, because you see, I remember the specifics of it, and there was a slight tweak and I'm trying to remember what the original title was, because there was an original title, and then it became When We Were Beautiful. So truthfully, what happened was there was a different title, then we started to write the verses, and then the world is cracked, the sky is torn, and this whole thing starts happening. We said, there's something missing in the title, and I'm trying to remember what the original title was, because I do remember.
Wow, so you remember that?
I got it in the gym and then went there that morning, and it turned into When We Were Beautiful.
This reminds me of Paul McCartney writing yesterday. Remember, it was scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, yeah.
And then all of a sudden yesterday, let's play the song, give you time to think, and when it's done, John Bon Jovi's going to give you the original title of this song, When We Were Beautiful. And if you were listening when we started that song, John said it had a different title when they originally wrote it. And when the song was over, he was going to give us that original title if he could think of it.
I can't think of it, Scott.
When I Was Beautiful.
No. It was different, though. It really, truly was.
We are on the air all over the world.
You're killing me, but I don't have it. I don't have it in my.
See, I don't even remember that.
I know it was.
John and I wrote so many songs for this record. We got on such a prolific roll. We were having such a good time writing. We wrote like 28 songs for this record. And
you got to remember, you guys have recorded around 15 CDs worth of music. That is a ton of songs you got to write and record.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And you're still coming up with cool names, great lyrics.
Well, every day's a memory. That's one of the things you learn about songwriting. Every day in your life is a memory, and it's just waiting to be captured. It's just how wide are your eyes and how open are your ears. And when we started to write this record, we were really going to just fulfill a commitment to the record company, do a greatest hits, give them a couple new songs, go and take some time off. And it was a commitment based on our being allowed to go to Nashville and make that Nashville-influenced Lost Highway record. So the world had changed dramatically last October with the economic downturn, the election of our president. The world went through a great deal of change, and there were opportunities to write. So like we said, one bookend was that song you just heard, When We Were Beautiful, and it's a return to a simpler time. But it took 28 songs and 9 months later to write We Were Born to Follow, because people needed the opportunity to fall down, scuff their knees, get up, cry a bit, and then say, okay, I'm going to tough this one out like all people do. And that was the other bookend, and now the country are hopefully coming out of that, difficult time.
We're in the studio with John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora. I'm Scott Shannon, back in a flash on the Bon Jovi Radio Network.